What is happening, everybody? My name is Beth and welcome back to Every Day is Spooktober. Now, we're kicking off the new year with another film. God, I need to stop introing these videos like this, but it's another film I went to try and see and then I just never went to go see it in the cinema. So I've been waiting to see it, on streaming platforms. And I was browsing last night trying to find. I was like, I need to watch a film. I want to watch a film that I haven't seen. I was like, what's out there? And I managed to find Men on Prime Video in the UK, and this is a film. Like, when the trailers came out, I was like, A24. We love A24. They've made some great films, and the premise just seemed really intriguing because the trailer didn't make a ton of sense. It was just a lot of visuals that you're like, I don't really know what's going on here. So let's talk about Men. My thoughts on the film Men. So the only thing I sort of know about this is it had to sort of do with, men sort of dominating. I knew that was sort of the theme and the pattern in this film. I remember reading one or two reviews of it, and somebody said that the first half was really good and the second back half was really poor. So I was kind of, it was in the back of my head. I was watching it and I was sort of waiting for that sort of point where it just gets a bit shit. But personally, I didn't really hit that wall, and I thought the entire film was generally pretty interesting and engaging to watch. Definitely a very artistic one. People could maybe argue that this is like an art house type of film, similar to like Antichrist. However, this one definitely has more context, so and dialogue, so we understand more about what's going on. Although there are a lot of scenes that are heavily based on music, producing that sort of feeling for viewers, and as well as just seeing beautiful imagery or countryside or whatever it may be. I have to admit, I watched this late at night last night, and I don't know if it was because I was just in a spooky mood, but this low-key kind of creeped me out. And I'm happy to say that because it's been a minute since I've watched a film and I've been genuinely like, well, not scared, but just creeped out. Like, this film was weird. It was really weird. And I think that may be a reason a lot of people didn't particularly like it. This definitely has a very, I think, small sort of audience for this type of film because it's definitely not going to be for everyone. I think it was interesting to see something different. And I really wish I watched this in the cinema because it would have been a great watch. It explores sort of before time and Adam and Eve and the whole story of that. And it also explores men and women's relationship with men and men's relationship with women. It explores those themes, and I think there are a lot of films that explore that and that are out there, and I think that's absolutely fine. But I think it's like, it's been done so many times now, it's like, what route are you going to take? So, for example, with my last review with Don't Worry Darling, that was definitely similar themes about sort of male dominating and having the control over women. So it's interesting to see that theme again. But I don't hate it. I'm not bored of it. I'm not like, oh, here we go again, the same shit, because this was done so differently, so so imaginative as well, and just very much like feeling like, what the hell is going on, but understanding what's going on, if you get what I mean. Like, we know what the premise of this film is, and there's breadcrumbs dotted throughout this film that helps you piece together what's happened with Harper and her husband, who obviously killed himself, and there's breadcrumbs to how that happened, what happened, the lead up to it, where Harper is now, and what she's trying to do to sort of move past all this trauma that she's experienced with this guy. It's done in a very creative and different way. I love how we bring, well, I don't love, but it's fun how we bring back like the nude people. I think in some films, when you bring out nude people, it's very unsettling. For example, like in Hereditary, and also like in Midsummer as well, like those kind of it creates an unsettling moment, and I think that the use of like the nudity really makes it dark and makes it really creepy. Something I really loved about this film though is when we started to see Jeffrey and we were seeing him be these different characters. You know, at first I was a bit like, is this a Split moment? Like are we coming back with the Split films? I don't know, but it was reminding me of that, because I was like, this guy has multiple personalities, he's got different personas, like, you know, what is going on here? I think he did such a good job. He played a freaking weirdo in like a lot of these roles. Like when he played the vicar, he was like just he was just disgustingly good. Like the way he performed and how just horrible you know, kind of person he played, as well as like the policeman. I think like if women have seen this and, you know, they've been in any situation quite severe with men or have gone through something, you know, quite traumatic, similar to this story, I think it could be very relatable, and it could be a traumatizing film for people as well who maybe have you know, been through some similar stuff, you know. And you know, don't get me wrong, this film isn't for everyone, because it is quite heavy what we're seeing and what's happening, and it's really messed up. But it's just done in such an interesting and beautiful way, I think. And it, like I said, it definitely has that sort of art house vibe, but I think we have a solid story. And considering a lot of the film is mainly sort of following around Harper because she is on her own, you know, it didn't drag. The film wasn't boring. It was so engaging, and you just wanted to know what was going on and you wanted to know more. All the characters were really, really good. Did amazing performances. You know, I think everyone pulled out the stops for this. And yeah, I just think this film is super underrated, and I think that it should have more exposure to it. Like, I genuinely thought this was a really good film, and I'm, as much as it did disturb me, like, I definitely would rewatch it, and I definitely would recommend it to someone. You know, and something I love about it too is the place that Harper goes to like get away is like right near where I live. So I don't know if that added to like the creepy effect, like where she's sort of staying is not too far from where I am, and I was like, gotta avoid that area for sure. So I think it just seemed very realistic and very real as well. It being set in England, and you know, being in a similar area to where I am, felt very real. Like, the acting felt super realistic. Like when Harper and James, her husband, are arguing, like that shit was intense. Like I was gripping like my bed. I was on the edge of my seat because I was like, this is fucking real. This is so real, and I respect that. And if you had shitty actors for this, it wouldn't have had the same effect, and I think this wouldn't be what it is. But I think the acting was very good, and I think Jessie Buckley, who played Harper, she did a fantastic job. You know, she didn't overact it. She was just a normal human being, and that's what made it so frightening, because you know, it could happen in real life, and I think that's what scares humans the most. You know, very realistic moments. So that all was so good. I think the direction was great. You know, I loved being out in the countryside. There's just no way to escape. You know, it's quite, you can feel like the isolation, you can feel like the loneliness of Harper trying to get through the pain. You know, and I think all the metaphorical roles that Jeffrey plays, I think they're so distinct, they're so different, and it's just great to see an actor with such variation to be able to play off all these different characters and have different personalities and have just different sort of ways about them and ways that they carry themselves. It, like, such a good job on his part. You know, and I mean, we're going to talk about it because I think this is super controversial and a reason that people don't like this film, but like the ending is just like, what the actual hell is happening right now? Like I was saying before, this film has a relation to sort of Adam and Eve, and they sort of hint it throughout the film, and we see Harper, you know, take an apple out of the tree as soon as she gets to this house that she's staying in, to sort of relate to the forbidden fruit, and sort of the negativity that comes with it because she wasn't supposed to do that. And I think like the ending where we see Jeffrey's character sort of transition into all these different men that she's been seeing, such a weird, disturbing way to show like pregnant men. Like it was just weird. It was so weird, and that's just what I took from it. But I thought it was an interesting way. Like I was on watching the screen like with my mouth wide open, like what's happening? And I believe I was trying to eat some food at the same time, and I wouldn't suggest doing that because it was a bit off-putting and not something you want to have your dinner while watching. But it was an interesting concept for her to just see every single man, you know, every single man that's born, every single man that is conceived in this world is exactly the same to her, because she has such a negative mindset of men because of what's happened in the past. And I think that's a very relatable topic to many people nowadays, and I think this film is very relevant for its time. So I think like I think this film was great. Like I really enjoyed it. It was so weird, it was so off-putting, disturbing, just like amazed. You know, and I don't know if it'll have the same effect if I watch it again, but I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and I'm so glad there's a film that I've seen recently and it's like it shocked me and it's disturbed me. Definitely gonna have to get it on DVD now, because I need to add it to the collection that I have over here. But yeah, that is my review of Men. Let me know what you guys think. What did you think? Did you hate it? Did you not get it, or was it too much for you? Like, I really want to know what people think about this film, because it's definitely one of those to have theories on and just to talk about. I believe this has about a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, which I was shocked at, because I think it deserves higher than that, and I would definitely rate this like a 7.5 out of 10, like, or even an 8 out of 10. I'm on the fence. I need to digest it more, but it's definitely up there. Like, it's definitely up there. You know, it was different, and like I always say, different is good, different is better. We want to see different, and that the director for this, you know, and the writer, fantastic job. Yeah, you get an A+ from me. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know about films coming out this year. What do you want me to review? I cannot wait for Megan to come out this month. You know, my favorite director, James Wan, he hasn't released a film in a while, horror film in a while, so I'm really excited to see that one. It comes out, and I just think next week, so I will be reviewing that for sure. We'll be going to the cinema, mark my words, and I'm so excited for Insidious 5. Gotta see what's going on with all of that business, but I'm really excited for some of James Wan's films this year. And you know, let me know what you guys are excited for, and let me know if there's anything that you really want to see from me, because I'm open to any suggestions. So thank you again, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.